Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Apologies, this video is out a little later than normal. Yesterday, I kind of was a little tired, so I decided to say screw it and went to bed a little earlier, which means I didn't get a whole chance to farm a whole lot. And even then, I didn't even get a chance to farm. Everybody right now is pretty much in the middle. The only one that's max level cap right now is Lux Ray at 98. As you can see, I did swap out Magnezone. Magnezone would have taken a lot of time to get set up, so we ended up catching this Dragonite instead. It's not too bad. Set him up with the Razor Fang. We did make it to the Pokemon League, by the way. Getting here on foot is definitely a lot harder than it needs to be. But other than that, we're here. We're going to get started. We're going to try and do that today. Because we got a lot of other post-game content to get through today. Also, if you come talk to this guy, he's got some TMs for sale. I don't know what exactly he wants to do with either of those and an HP up, but if there's anything in there in the normal mode that you want, go ahead and grab it. I would say do that first. As we enter here, you can see it's a lot lighter. We have a lot of people sitting here. One thing to note if you talk to this guy, oh, hello there. I'm sure you're wondering what the heck I'm doing here, and as much as I hate to break your immersion in this game by breaking the fourth wall, I'm here to distribute some special Pokemon to you as a placeholder for events that we'll be implementing in the next update, since I know that most of you are tired of waiting for them to be made available. Of course, as with the guy sitting across the room from me, I can't just give you these Pokemon without you going through a bit of trouble first. So go ahead and beat the Elite Four and Champion without having any of your Pokemon fate. No, you don't need to do this again if you've already did it prior to the patch being released. Don't worry about me, I'll just be sitting here waiting for you the next few months until you fulfill my conditions. And then if you go talk to this guy, it's the exact same thing. You seem like a fine upstanding trainer. You know the Elite Four is hard enough to beat on their own, but let me give you a challenge. If you can beat the Elite Four and Champion without any Pokemon fainting at all, I'll give you a special prize. Talk to me if you can pull it off. So, in this instance, if you manage to beat the Elite Four without losing a single Pokemon, without them dying once, throughout your entire challenge, even past the champion, if you come back to either of them, they will give you 3 special Pokemon. What that's going to be for me in my game is going to be completely different, more than likely. But this Black Belt Fighter will give you a special red Gardevoir. And then this guy right here, who actually is one of the devs, if you looked a little closer at the startup screen, he will give you a special Machamp and a special Lucario. As typical fashion, you have a Pokemart and Pokemon Center to set up your stuff. I'm going to go ahead and grab a couple more full restores while I'm here, just because I need to have those stocked up, just in case. So we're going to talk to this old guy here. Like, challenge Pokemon League? Yes, no, what? Okay, because you're on the hard difficulty, you can't use items and you will be in set mode during battle. Oh, boy. Alright, so this is going to make this a lot harder. So I can't use items, which kind of sucks. That's a random statue of Giratina. Okay, sure. Alright, so Darkrai. So we've got 4 rooms. Looks like we're fighting Yuki first, I want to say. I speak for the mystic mind and the demon inside, the darkness and the chaos within all of us. Beauty and chaos, it shows in my battling. Yeah, I'm going to need to rewrite that. God, that was pretentious. I need a new introduction speech. Sorry for putting you through that. Anyways, the name is London. Pleased to meet you. Let's get this show on the road. My Trick Room team will stop you in your tracks. Alright. Starting off with Gardevoir. Level 98. Oh, my lord. Alright, this is going to be a problem. He's just ripping out the Mega outright. Okay. Well, I guess we're going to have to follow suit here. Because there's only one set of moves that I can use to get around this. And that's Meteor Mash. And Sheer Cold. Yep, Sheer Cold just screws that challenge up for me, so I'll have to do that on one of the repeats. Which I'm not really too worried about right now, because I'm fairly certain I can get it done. So we're just going to do this. Probably should have led with Goodra, but that's fine. Send out Trico. Against me, that is not a good idea. We're going to switch out to Lux. And of course, losing Jirachi this early on is not exactly a good idea. I don't like losing Pokemon, especially if it's in an area where I can't use items and I'm limited to set mode, which is not fun. Let's go out to Dragonite this time, because Goodra's already looking a little worse for wear. Attack and defense fell. We're going to use Scald. We're going to die. Never mind. Let's see if that's actually true. Items can't be used here. Yep. Alright, well, we're screwed. We're going to use Scald. And we're gonna die. Already we're looking at a little worse for wear here. We're down 2 Pokemon, and we have to go through the rest of the Elite Four. This is not fun. I know Lux only gained 1 XP points. Setting out with Ninetales. Okay. Mind you, again, these are not all of their Pokemon. This is just randomized. Everything in here is going to be set to different teams. Gudra's level 97. Roggenrola with Air Balloon. Pop the Balloon. Stealth Rock. Which means now if I switch, then my stuff's gonna get hit pretty hard. So Ditto just auto transforms, which is great, which I really don't like because I have not fought one of these in quite a while. I'm hurt by Stealth Rocks, so we're just gonna have to try and do what I can here. Alright. That's 1 trainer down. Fantastic, kid. You battled very, very well. Best of luck. I have a feeling you're gonna need it good as you are. Okay, yeah, about that. So let's see if I can use these here. I can. Good. So after every fight, you can use battles. It's just in battle you can't use them, which kind of sucks, but that's fine. That's only if you're on hard mode, so just keep that in mind. If you want to use items and you want to do it normally, just play it on like easy or medium mode or normal mode or whatever. This is the ice type Blady. Snowfall gives a tranquil feeling, does it not? It's quiet and serene, but in the heat of battle it hardens to cold, destructive hail. My name is Yuki. Seth, is it? Been training for years with my Pokemon. I wish you luck, but I don't want to waste my breath. Damn. Cold. Anyway, she's supposed to be like an ice type deal, I guess. I don't know what her deal is, but yeah, in this event, you're going to want to make sure your guys are set up as best as you can get them, because the last thing you want to do is have to go through the challenges over and over and over again. I'll probably go back through them at some point, just not right now. We're going to go back into Gudra here. But yeah, being capped at 98 is definitely not fun in any way, case, and form, but that's just the way things go. My guess is with this is it's the same premise as farming out on the Emolga Taxi. Excuse me. And that's a Mega Garchomp. I don't like that, not in the slightest. Yikes. Dragon Rush. Yeah, that kills me. Okay. We're going to do this. I'm going to try to just get rid of that right now. But yeah, with the Emolga Taxi, everything kind of scales close to your level, and it gets a little higher as it goes up, as your level goes up, which is nice. Whereas with this, everything's just set to level 98, which is not exactly fun, but that's just the way it is. I probably should have used Sucker Punch there, but that's fine. I think I have a way to get around that. We're just going to go into you. And you're going to confuse me right off the bat. Okay. Well, that's kind of cringe. It's okay. We still got the damage off, though. Hey, why am I not using Crunch? It's part Psychic. Jesus. Excuse me. And a Sceptile, huh? Okay. Sceptile that's got Blaze Kick and Life Orb. Nice. And that'll put me out of commission, which is not very ideal. But Life Orb will do some shenanigans to you. Let's go into Hoopa here. We're going to use Brine, because I think now he's just going to kill himself, yeah. There was no target. And back out into Starmie, we're just going to use this and get going. Because it's just going to start spamming Recover, and I don't really like that. We're gonna prep right now, actually, because if he's gonna just keep spamming Recover, I'm just gonna set up my my attacks. Yeah, because he's gonna spam me with Confuse Ray and just use Recover until I'm in swift kill range. Yeah, that's actually kind of cringe, but it's smart. God, this is painful. We're only 2 trainers in, we've already lost the challenge twice. That needs to get out of here. I don't like that. Yeah, this is probably the lamest strategy I've ever fought in a team, is just having something spam recover and confuse me. Eloquently, yeah, not really, bud. Battle with Poison Grace, easily handle the rest of the Elite Four. Yeah, about that. Considering I'm already down, like, half of my items. Where are my revival orbs? There we are. I did also pick up a Sacred Ash on the journey out here. It's this little item right here. It's also really helpful in a lot of conditions. So, like, say if you're fighting the Elite Four, for example, and you end up needing to revive all of your Pokemon at once, instead of spamming revives, what you can do, Kayla the Elite Four, especially in Hard Work and Harmony, all Pokemon know their place, and together with my strategy, they'll never lose. So you're Seth. Not one for a lot of talking, so let's get going, you know. Don't take it too personally when you get crushed. Cool. Thanks for that. And of course, she's on her goddamn phone. Starting off with UFI, are you actually kidding me right now? Alright. We're just going to have to rip the Band-Aid off and go right into it. So he's going to start Cosmic Powering. Let's make two of us. I guess we're both going to be setting up here. Starting off with Wormhole. That's not exactly ideal for any of that. So we're going to go to 3, and then we're just going to start spamming Shadow Ball. Because UFI, if for those of you that don't know, UFI is a Psychic Electric type, which is a very interesting combo. Hung on with Focus Sash. That's funny. Meteor Mash misses. Of course it does. Cannot escape the event horizon. That's fine. She lost all of her stat buffs, which got that thing killed in the first place. Out into Seeking. Using Waterfall. Yeah, as you can clearly see, something that gets set up pretty damn quick can go pretty hard. Mega Onk. Nice. It's got Mold Breaker, that's right. So Light Screen's raising special defense, so we're going to just finish that with that. Light Screen's up for at least another 3 or 4 turns. Lotad. Part Psychic, doesn't matter. Crit just burns through the Light Screen. Out into Altaria, of all things. Perish Song. Ah, boy. Light Screen faded, that's fine. We can get rid of Altaria before the Perish count goes off. And Vanillite, if I'm lucky. There we go. We don't have to worry about Perish Song anymore. Nice. Defeated at last. Astounding. Nice. So that one we just managed to solo with Jirachi, which is nice. That's only because she decided to set up everything first and foremost, instead of actually playing the game. Alright, so we go in this room. This is the final room before we go fight the Elite Four, or the last of the Elite Four, the champion at this point. You'll be surprised at who it is, though. I also just realized I don't have a whole lot of PP left for Psychic. Well. Now what do we got here? A challenger. We haven't had one of those in a while. No, sir. Name's Edward. I'm an Elite Four member. As you can probably tell, sand. It's coarse and it gets everywhere, but I love it all the same. Thanks for the Star Wars meme, pal. Let's get going. You're going to get shut down so hard you won't even know what hit you. All right, cool. Show me. Dig the outfit, though, bro. All right, we're going to start off with Meteor Mash, Amnesia, Special Defense Rose. We're just going to get rid of him. Baton Pass. Into Typhlosion. That's kind of yikes. I don't like that in the slightest, because that means he's going to Mega Evolve. Yep. So, I might have just sent my Goodra in to die. Maybe not. Yeah, Double Edge isn't going to kill me. Sorry, buddy. Sorry, buddy. Alright, Jirachi went to 95, which is good. Out into Soul Rock. Stone Edge will finish me off, which is fine. Damage by Life Orb. Rock Psychic. We'll switch out to Dragonite. Dragonite's not the only one that's got Scald, which is really good for me. Stone Edge has a horrible accuracy stat, so I don't got to worry about this getting 2-shot. Vol Corona. I hate this thing because it's part dark. There's not a lot I can do about that. But I do have this. Oh, that thing has Sludge Wave. I don't like that. Not in the slightest. Sucker Punch doesn't really do anything, but Hurricane doesn't hit me for nothing. Yeah, Sludge Wave will kill me, though. Oh, boy. I have a feeling this is just going to be the set for pretty much the entire fight here. Of course, Shadow Ball misses. Great. Alright, so we're down to our last two. I don't want to send in Hoopa because I know it's got Sludge Wave. Toxic Spikes. Lovely. Which means now if I switch in, I'm going to be screwed because everything's going to get poisoned. Gorbis with Air Balloon. This thing has a very nasty attack stat. Yeah, so my recommendation for you, if you haven't heard it enough already from me, is make sure your team is set up for this. Because they will 100% try to just one-shot you out of everything. Hydro Pump's going to kill me. Alright, so I might end up losing my challenge here, and I might have to go back in to do it again. Which kind of sucks. But then again, this is the fourth and final one. And lucky for me, I don't have to worry about friggin' Toxic Spikes, because I'm part flying, which is nice. I don't have to save the last of the... I have to save the last of my Spirited Aways. Alright, Golduck's gone. Let's see if we can manage the last challenge without dying here. Yeah, we do. Good. Don't know why he saved that for last, but we managed to do it last minute. Clutch, let's go. Not bad at all. You got Spirit Kid, you can go far. Doors to our champion should open for you now. Best of luck, you'll definitely need it. Yeah, I know I will. Considering you almost just took me for a ride here. Alright, so I got plenty of revival herbs. There's no point in burning the Sacred Ash. Which reminds me, if you guys don't have a whole lot of max revives, I definitely recommend getting revival herbs. Those are definitely your next best bet that I would recommend getting. The statue moves, something happened, now we're in here. What's this? Now we're just going to go through here now, the champion awaits. Alright, so we got to go through here. So I'm going to save, because reasons. But here's a nice little plot twist. Somebody looks a little familiar here. I don't like this. Surprised to see me? I guess you would be. Why would I, Ryukura, be the champion? I don't even battle. Usually I just send Tane to do my work. I've spent my life seeking perfection. Deltas, Megas, Armors, Mewtwo. The entire fiasco with the Unova Dragons. It's all futile. Nothing's worked so far. Everything was strong, but just not strong enough. You know what the worst part was? How ridiculous people find our goals to be. No Pokemon is perfect. It's impossible. Anything can be beaten with a good type matchup, high stats, and appropriate moves. And you know what? Maybe they're right. Maybe we've taken the wrong approach to this. A perfect unbeatable Pokemon. It's kind of a stupid thought. After all, a combination like Destiny Bond and Shadow Tag can take anything out easily. But a strategy that can take out a perfect Pokemon can't take out an entire team. I'm realizing this now. Having one powerful Pokemon doesn't make you perfect. It can still be beaten. But a team of powerful Pokemon, perfectly synchronized, each covering each other's weaknesses and increasing their strengths. A team like that could have no weaknesses. It could be undefeatable. It could be perfect. And now with that team, I am perfect. So bring it on, Seth. You want to be the champion of the Tauren region? Be my guest. But you have to beat the person who's beaten the Elite Four before you with their perfect team. Get ready to lose. Yeah, so Ryukura's here. I don't like his eyes. His eyes are goddamn creepy. Now that I think about it, this is the first time I think we've seen his sprite in action. It is kind of creepy, though. Starting off with Hypno. Alright, well, we're going to have to start setting up here, because I have a feeling he's going to just start doing the same. Setting up Future Sight, huh? Alright, well, I do know type matchups, which is really nice. So Hypno's going to take a hit here. We're going to set up for a third time, just because I'm greedy. Yeah, because I knew that was going to happen. Alright, let's get that out of here. Starting off with going in with a Pidgeot. Hit me with a Sucker Punch. Ouch. Don't like that. Alright, Meloetta it is. Sucker Punch really doesn't do anything for me. Player F will one-shot you, though, because it's 4x effective. Puts my Meloetta to 94. Doesn't affect Meloetta for Future Sight. Into Lumineon, which is interesting. Setting up a bounce, huh? Alright, well, let's See how much this does. Foul play will finish you off. Good. Yanma. I don't like that. Not in the slightest. I do like the soundtrack for this room, though. It's pretty nice. Finish you off. Cottony. I don't have any of that. Cotton Guard's going to raise defenses drastically, which I don't like. Solar Beam will one-shot me because she's got Sun up. Okay, if we're against Cottony, let's go ahead and do this, because that way I can get things done. Even with the defense boost, it doesn't really matter. And Mewtwo, of course. Oh boy, okay. Aurasphere. That's really spooky. Don't like that. Really wish I had my Mellow out of here right now. Let's just go out with Hoopa. Why not? Oh, I don't have any Spirited Aways anymore. Yikes. Sunlight faded. Amnesia will raise the special defense, which is okay, because I don't really care. You have your own Ice Beam. I definitely don't like that. Alright, into Goodra we go, I suppose. Yeah, see, I have Water Absorb. You try to take my moves, you're not going to do anything. Sorry. That's not how that works here, Ryukra. Bye-bye. Oh, for crying out loud. Yeah, so that's it then. What a battle. Maybe it seems like I have a little more to learn about after this after all. We'll meet again, I'm sure of it, and my team will be better and stronger. Ryukra. Sylvan, it's been a while. Congratulations, Seth. I can't believe it. Just recently, you were in my lab choosing your very first Pokemon, and now you're a champion of the Torrent League. That's amazing. I'm proud of you. Come, let's get you registered in the Hall of Fame. Sylvan, thank you for keeping my secret for everything. Sure, Ryukra. I'd do it for anyone. Just wish I could have helped you more. Come on, Seth, let's go. And back into the room where we register our Pokemon team. Where I record you and your team to remember Champion's favor. Before I do, I have a message I should pass on to you. Man who has partnered with Victini has asked you to meet him where you met Mew. Victini. Victini, can you believe that? What a cool Pokemon. But yeah, he wanted to see you. He wouldn't say who he was, only that you'd know. And Amphitrite City, he mentioned you'd know specifically where. So that's your next goal, I guess. Not really sure what's going on with all that. But anyways, I digress. Congratulations, you've done so much for this region, now you've beaten this league. You deserve it. Alright, so we get our team registered as the Pokemon League champions, even though it was a very tough and arduous battle. And we're in the Hall of Fame. Nice. League champion, congrats. Took us 3840 to get there. That's not bad after 15, 16 episodes. And now it shows you the dev list, all that sort of stuff. I don't know exactly how to... Anyways, we just gotta sit here and watch the dev list for now, I suppose, and everybody else that went into putting in sprites and all sorts of other stuff. Huge shout-outs to everybody that did this game, by the way. Especially if it's keeping me coming back. It's honestly one of the better ROM hacks that I've played, and I do love the aesthetic of the Dark Story, how it works, you know, the sprites that they put in, everything like that. It definitely took a lot of time to get everything done. But if anything, I just wish there were more ways that we could get this mod out to people, aside from, you know, just word of mouth. And then they even credit Nintendo and the Pokemon Company here. So it leaves us right outside the Pokemon League. And he said to take us to Amphitrite City. Little Birdie told me you're Elite Four champion. Congrats, man. Let me give you a special award. We get a Pika Pad. Not only call you whenever you want, just register to a key item and use it any time. I'll come by and pick you up. We can fly to wherever in Torrent. Anyways, what's up? Pika Taxi guy. Alright, cool. So we can call him wherever we want now, instead of having to do all of that nonsense. So we'll go back to Amphitrite City. Make sure my team is set up here. Yeah, my team's healed. Good. Alright, so we're going to go back in here. We're going to find out what King Vestrin wants with us. I don't know why he wants to talk with us now, of all times. Or what he wants to talk to us about. But we do got to go back in here for like the third and final time, I think. Oh, come on. Really should have invested in Max Repels. I say that as I'm running into typing the Pokemon that I should probably be having on my team. That's right. This is the Tesseract room that I gotta go use. Hold on. Let me get my brain out. Does that work if I stand over here? Yeah, it does. Good. Let's go see what King Veteran wants to talk to us about. Silly puzzles. Silly, silly boulder puzzles. Oh, look, a Goodra and a Palpitoad. Guess what? I'm not fighting either of you. I've already got either. Oh boy, come on. The one time I screw up the boulder puzzle is the one time I don't want to screw up the boulder puzzle. Alright. Now that we're in here. I guess I gotta go back in here now. Seth, it's good to see you again. Congratulations on your recent victory over both the Elite Four and over Nyx. This is where we stay, the Timeless. The 8 trainers plucked from history chosen to guard that crystal you found. But now that Nyx was defeated, biggest threat to those crystal shards is gone. I suppose we will disband soon enough. We'll give you back the pieces you've won. There's no reason to guard them anymore. But there's one last task we have before we can split. You see, when we gave Adam that crystal, it made him the guardian of the region. We chose the first augur. While we weren't able to choose the second, it's only appropriate we choose the next one. Looking around, there's only one trainer in Torin who I know is capable of protecting as well as Adam could. One who saved their entire universe. You, Seth. But there are formalities to observe. If you want to guard the region, you're going to have to show us what you're made of. Don't worry, we're not sadists. You're perfectly welcome to heal your Pokemon in between bouts. This isn't some kind of Elite 7. When you delete the main 7 of us, there's the way to our leader will open. Please, take your time. We're in no rush, but we do need to choose a new augur. Alright, well, so we start off in the Timeless Caverns. And we're free to pick whoever we want to fight. So we're going to start with Steven. My name is Steven. I was champion of the Hoenn region before I faked my death and joined the Timeless. It's been quite a ride. Hopefully I'm not too out of practice. I'm very excited about battling you. Let's see what you can do. Alright, so we gotta fight all of the people that we've met throughout the journey for the Elite, for the 7. Timeless 7 are definitely not to be taken lightly because they are past champions and current champions. And they are definitely problem hitters. So just be very careful here. Managed to one-shot that after a while. That's not bad. Crocodile. Yeah, we're going to switch. And see, the thing is we're not set to set rules like the Elite Four, so we have plenty of time to change around, think about our strategies, everything like that. Sorry about that. It wasn't good at a T-Tar, but that's fine. I have other ways to take out a Tyranitar. That's starting with this thing. It is if it lives. Never mind. He's probably got Sandstream. Or not Sandstream, it's the, whatever ability that is that lets him get faster in sandstorms. Why did I use that? I should use Play Rough. That's fine. Ferrothorn, huh? Yeah, let's go ahead and switch out again. I don't really have a whole lot of ways to deal with Ferrothorn that much. Ferrothorn is steel grass. And it's got iron barbs too, which I don't like. Let's just go ahead and use another one of these. Let's bring back Hoopa. I can probably make something work there. Probably not very well though. Damage by Life Orb. Full restores, yep. You don't get to be champion of the Pokemon League without knowing how to spam full restores. The good news is it doesn't have iron barbs. Because it means I'm not... Because Ferrothorn's ability intrinsically, normally rather, is iron barbs, which means you take damage when you hit it. Caesar, no. I'm thinking this is... Wow, Delta Shiny Caesar. That's insane. That's actually really cool looking. Silver Caesar. Mind you, Delta Caesar is an ice type. I don't like that in the slightest because now all of my Pokemon are weak to that. Yeesh. Alright, well this is going to be a scuffed little battle that we're gonna have to fight out here. We're just gonna have to do what I can and just try to burn it to death. Icicle spear. Okay. Well, player off is getting against it, which makes no sense. Starting out with a Starly, huh? I don't know why you have one of Cynthia's region Pokemon. Simply spectacular. 92 hundo. You're fantastic. I'm sure if you took Brendan's place, you could have easily become the champion of the Hoenn region, too. Yeah, probably. Oh, boy. Yeah, if this isn't reminiscent of the Elite Four fight, I don't know what it is. Okay, so let's go ahead and heal. For like the 30,000th time. If I was doing a Nuzlocke, this would have been over by now. Let's go in this one. Alright, so I guess we're fighting... Who are you? Waiting for this for a long time. I haven't battled since I battled Zeta in the Aroma region. That was before Cypher event, of course. I don't need to recount Zeta's adventure, do I? Everyone knows him. I'm excited. Let's go. Show me what you're bringing to the table. So, I haven't played Pokemon Zeta, so I don't know... Timeless Trainer Suzerain. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. That looks like one of the devs. Hold on. Something not right here. Fire Blast almost one-shots me. Yikes. Yeah, I have no idea about the events of Zeta, so I'm gonna have to learn myself how Zeta works. And all that sort of stuff. Pansage, really? You're leading off with a type that you know I'm gonna lose to? Come on, man. No, I'm just kidding. It's how it's supposed to be. Let's get rid of that. Volcarona, watch this be Delta. Just kidding, it's not Delta. But it does hurt me a lot. Ow. Okay. Life Orb. Yeah, that makes sense. That actually tracks. Hold on. Let me fix this. Just get you down to low health here, and we're just gonna send you on your way. Heatwave didn't really do much to me, buddy. I hope you realize that. I am part water, you know that, right? Anyways. Latias. Oh, my lord. Alright, Hoopa's coming out to play. Cloud9. Yeah, we're just gonna do this the normal way. It's one way to read, I suppose. Latias, no. Psychic will live. Yeah, that's fine. Smeargle, huh? It's a hell of a Pokemon to end off on. Alright, that was great. Yeah, sure it was. That was refreshing. Thanks for the fantastic battle. You're very skilled. Good luck with the rest of us. Yeah, I don't know about skilled, brother. I'm kind of throwing the towel at you, and it's not really working out so well. Like I said, make sure your teams are ready for this, because they will 100% beat the hell out of you if you're not careful. Alright, so next we're going to fight against Vestron. King Vestron, I found in 2 regions, one very, very far away named after me, as well as Torren itself. Definitely the oldest person here. I tamed the wildlands of the planet into a glorious region with my own 2 hands. Whenever you mind now, let's get going, shall we? Starting off with Vestron. Looks like he's got an Aegislash on his person, which is really interesting. Because I don't remember Aegislash ever being used like that. And this theme is very reminiscent of Lance. At least as far as I'm aware it is. Could be wrong. Cherrim, yeah. Switch out to Hoopa. Probably should have gone into Lux there, but that's fine. Ice Beam. Funny thing about Solar Beam is if you don't have Sun out, it's not an instant use move. Muck, yeah, because there's only 1 or 2 Pokemon that have Psychic type moves. I was going to say, watch it be the Delta version of this, then I can't really deal with it that much. Acid Armor is great. Zebstrika. very interesting use of Wild Charge when it doesn't really do anything for you. Or Shadow Wall does anything to you? Probably not. Wild Charge will kill me though, but that's fine. I didn't use the Mega Stone yet, so we're fine for now. Alright, and out back into my boy. I am gaining XP again, so I'm guessing the next level cap's probably 100, if I had to guess. Let's see, so that's what, 3 down? Black Sludge, yep, 3 down, 3 to go. Petlil, already starting off with a fun time. Makes 4. Back into Muck, we're just gonna stay in. Finish you off. Yeah, and Camerupt. Yeah, I think we are going to switch out into Gudra again. Because either which way... Delta Cameruptite. Yep, it's another Delta Camerupt. Earthquake almost one-shots it, which is nice. Alright, well, that's what, 3 down, I think? Yeah, that's Steven, Sundaresh, and there's Suzerain and Vesrin. Not bad at all, you just get the rest of us now. Alright, 3 down, 4 to go. And one of them is Cynthia, which means I'm definitely scared. Believe me, Cynthia definitely scares the hell out of me. Okay. We're doing that one. Let's go with this one. Name is Elaine. I'm an expert when it comes to Mega Evolution and Mega Pokemon. No offense, kid, but you don't stand a chance against me. I'll stomp through you just like any other trainer. So this is from the Pokemon X and Y TV series. This was the rival for Ash, I think, or the friend of Ash. I don't remember who it was. Starting off with Blaze Kick. Owie. Another one of those should kill me. Yep. That's unfortunate. Alright, well. Live and learn. Off into Meloetta. That'll one-shot you. Bye-bye. 6,000. That's not bad. Aerodactyl. Yeah, we'll switch out here. Going to my boy Lux. Aerodactylite. Yikes, dude. That thing scares me. Max Revive. So Sceptile's back in play. Nice. Getting into the full restore range. Alright, so Sceptile's back off the list. Into Golurk. Yeah, we're gonna... Even if it's the fighting type Golurk, I'm still gonna try and do something here. You have Rocky Helmet. I don't like that in the slightest. Alright, well there's that. Back into Aerodactyl. You are really desperate to get that Aerodactyl off, aren't you, buddy? Rock Slide is a one-shot move. Nice. Alright. Well, I guess we're back out to Gudra. Hyper Beam doesn't really do anything to me here. I probably should have just went with Gudra to begin with, but that's fine. Ghastly. And nah. It's weak enough that I can one-shot it if I'm good enough at my job. Which in some cases I am. In some cases I'm not. Aegislash has Levitate. Yeah. Oh, yikes, that's right. I forgot Meloetta's pretty low health. They should probably fix that. Swords Dance into Crunch. I have a feeling I'm not going to live this much, so we're just going to go ahead and bring Meloetta back from the dead here. Or not Meloetta, but let's heal her really quick at least. That way we can get her back to full strength if I have to fight this thing again. Change to Blade form. Sacred Sword, yep, that'll do it. King Shield, yep. That's fine. I still one-shot it anyways. Heat. Heatmore, really? Get out of here. Get out of here with that. Alright. Sorry, pal. Not today. We'll just stomp on my life. Thanks. Thanks a lot. Good luck, but get out of here. You got members of the time list to challenge. All right, that's 4. 4 out of 7. So we go in here. And that's... Okay. Yep, nope. All right, let's face the fear. No, nope. We're just going to do it now. Rip the Band-Aid off. All right, we're going to rip the Band-Aid off. Hello, Cynthia. We know who you are. I won't waste your time if you're anxious to get to the end of this gauntlet. Let's begin. The sooner the better. Yeah, fighting Cynthia is 100% my PTSD in a nutshell. Even if it's not her actual team because of the randomizer, it still scares the hell out of me. Because she is probably the biggest powerhouse in the entire 7. Dwebble? No. Never mind, I should have because it's the freaking grass type Dwebble. God damn it. I forgot about that thing being in existence. Let's try this again. Hi. And they even managed to get her theme over here too for this game, which is really nice. Even if it's not the exact theme, it's still pretty cool. You have Ingrain. Leaf Blade doesn't do anything for you here. Except make you more of a target. Thanks for that. Gudra, no. Watch me the ground type. Yep. I don't realistically have a way to get around this, I don't think. Do I? Do I have a way to get around this? Without getting myself killed? Probably not. I should have led with Spirit Away instead of leading with Ice Beam. Of course. Sucker Punch still does a lot of damage. And somehow I outspeed that, which is nice. Gyarados, nah. Yep, and you're running Mega Gyarados, which is interesting. Hydro Pump. Let's go out and Dragonite. Thunder Punch will finish you off. Espeon, I don't... I mean, I suppose I could go back into Jirachi, might as well. We're just gonna get this out of the way too while I'm thinking about it. Psychic really doesn't do anything to me. Especially now with the type effectiveness. Morning Sun will heal you, but that's fine. Alright, we're just gonna set up now because he's just wasting power on my moves. I don't like that in the slightest. Yeah. You take my power and then you start spamming full restores. Cacnea, that's fine. I'm not worried about that at all. Cacnea can go bye-bye. Get out of here. I don't want to switch. I have stat boosts. What am I doing? So you're going to lead off with Morning Sun, and I'm just going to one-shot you because you don't regain enough health off that. Sorry, bud. Simply spectacular, she says. Of course she does. That was great. Believe me, as a former champion, I know how to recognize skill when I see it. I'm sure you'll get through the time list just fine. All right, so we have two more. Two more to do. And I'm running out of revival herbs. God, my Pokemon must be getting tired of those by now. Alright, so we have this one that we gotta do still. Hey look, it's N! You're the trainer that's supposed to take the Augur's place? I see. Any powerful trainer can save a region. It says nothing about your character, but your Pokemon. They can tell me things that no action can. Let me hear the voices of your Pokemon. Yep, so you heard it right. We're fighting N now. Much as I really don't want to fight N, I have no other choice. Alright, well, off to a fantastic start. We lose Jirachi right out the gate because of this damn Donphan. He's just ripping the Band-Aid off, I see. Alright. Let's just get you out of the way. Thank you. Bye-bye. Jinx, yeah, we'll switch. I can handle Jinx very well with this. Parish count fell to 3. Drifloon, yeah. Just in case it's the fire type one, I'm going to go out into my Gudra again. Yeah, I had a feeling it was going to be the case. Let's get this out of here. Voltorb, nah. Get out of here. Get the ball out of here. Purloin, no, we'll stay in just because I don't want to waste any more things. And we got the burn hack on it. That's pretty cool. Alright, Bastion on. Bastion's got Endure, which is odd because you'd think with 30 it should be fine. I'm out of PP for Scald. Yikes. Oh well. 45-33. Thank you. Never expect Pokemon to say such things. You truly are still a trainer. Really hope you can get through all the timeless, which means we only have one left. And to my knowledge, to my best of my ability, I think it's not the attack book. Give me the full restores. I don't remember who it was. Let's see. We've done Vesper, we've Steven, Cynthia, and oh, so you're this incredible trainer I've heard so much about. Yeah, you don't look that impressive. When I was younger than you, I took down Team Galactic and even captured the Pokemon and control of space and time. I think you might be outmatched here. Of course, Dawn from Platinum is the final trainer before we end up fighting the last one of the top leader. You have Paris Song, which I don't like in the slightest. But we're fighting Jirachi mirrors. You have... I'm sorry, that Jirachi can learn Phantom Force? In what realm? Huh? Oh, it was Leopard. I was like, huh? Stunky? Yeah, unfortunately I have to. Otherwise I lose my Mega Evolution, which I don't want to do. Night Slash, huh? I didn't realize Leopard could do that, actually. Illumise, no. Why do I keep thinking I have power points for that move? Bug Buzz. Bye-bye. Get out of my game, please. Just bug out of here. I don't like bugs. Bugs are spooky. In some cases. And now she's actually going into Jirachi, which is a good idea for me. Yep, I had a feeling that was her Mega Evolution, too. Doom Desire. I just wasted my last Sucker Punch, I think. Yeah, I did. Of course I did. Cosmic Power. That's fine. Foul Play still... okay, never mind. That's kind of yikes. So you're doing Cosmic Power. I'll just keep lowering your special effect. Alright, let's try and set up now while I'm thinking about it, because that way he's going to do the same. Took the Doom Desire attack. Eesh. See how much this does. That's more than enough to get you off the field. Good. Put me to 96. Going back into her own Jirachi, which is going to Future Sight me and is going to die in one shot. Bye-bye. Alright, her last Pokemon that she's got for me is going to be a Luxray. I have a feeling that this is the normal one. Either way, we're going to go out into my own little problem child that can one-shot you. Bye-bye. Alright, Gudra is the first to make it to 99. Yeah, I know I'm great, thanks. You're fantastic. Pathway to our leader should be clear now that you've beaten all of us. Good luck. I have no idea who the leader is, but I have some type of feeling that I know who we're dealing with here. Hang on. Oh, boy. I should probably go leave and heal, but I'm not that sadistic. Who are we fighting? Yep. I had a feeling. Alright, we gotta fight Red now. Level 100 off the rip, starting off with a Fortress. Yikes. This is going to be a fun fight. Magnet Rise, yep. Starting off with double edge. Yikes. Zap cannon. Yikes. Oh, I'm out of moves. That's not good. That's not good at all. Don't I have an elixir in here somewhere? I do. That's better. Double edge really doesn't do anything to me. It's gonna full restore again. I think I'm gonna go up one more stage, just so that way I can stay afloat here. Eesh. How many full restores do you got in that bag of yours, dude? Holy moly. Get that out of here. Pidgeot, no. Of course it'd be the one that I don't like fighting. Delta Pidgeonite, yep. And Sucker Punch will kill me, yep. Alright. Out into Meloetta we go. Hi. Sucker Punch really does nothing for you here. At least not against me, it doesn't. Maractus, no. That sucks. That's the one I don't like fighting because it's full steel. Shift gears. Yeesh. Means she's actually going to outspeed me now. It's fine, we two-shot it. That's all good. 96 for Meloetta. Magnezone, no. Zap cannon, huh? Alright. Why do you have black sludge on that thing of all things? You have to have black sludge on a Magnezone. That does not make any sense to me in the slightest. Darkrai. Of course. Of course it's Darkrai. Why wouldn't it be? But if we're going off of level logic with this fight, I'm assuming the level 100 he leads off with his Pikachu. That's just me thinking. It makes sense. Alright, Lux is now level 99. Audino. No. Double Edge. We're just going to stick with Poison Jab and hope to God that something sticks. Yep. And there we go. That's all she wrote. 10,000, huh? We get a phone call. Hey, Seth, it's Orion. Please tell me you're here. We need to talk. I need your help. It's about Reshiram. Please, 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 come to my gym. One in Suntouch City. Hurry. Congratulations, Seth. You've beaten all of us, the strongest trainers in history. And because of that, we feel you'd be the best person to protect this region with us. I want to grant you the title of Augur, the third Augur, the new protector of the region. Congratulations. Obviously, this gives you responsibility, but nothing you aren't already doing. But now there's so many people to help. For example, the people at the Scientist Club would love your assistance. Perhaps somebody in Darren Town or the Nightmare Realm would have something for you. And you'll definitely get calls from time to time from friends asking for your aid. I'd like to entrust you with these. Obtain the sharp beaks. I think they'll be safest in your hands, but I want to reiterate again, the region is an open door to you. Now explore. Exploring will be rewarded. A keen eye can be rewarded with a battle frontier quest and a whole new region to explore. Good luck, and thank you. Cool. Now, I suppose the better question is, can I use the damn escape rope? Do I have an escape rope? Can I get out of here? Or am I stuck with having to leave the normal way? I'm assuming I'm going to be stuck the normal way, because I don't have one. Sash. There's one. No, not you. And that takes me right back there. Okay, fine. Well, that was a wasted escape rope. That sucks. Alright, but we're going to call it for today's episode there. It is extremely long and extremely boring. Plus, I have to go heal. Because I really don't want to fight anything right now. Lapras, you'll use Surf. So our next goal is to go meet Orion back in his gym, which we'll save until next episode. I will definitely, for sure, make sure that my team is up to level. I am, again, taking Wednesday off this week. So we're going to be back to doing Saturday uploads for a little bit. I'm trying a new workout routine, and I'm going to be doing it pretty much all week. and it takes a lot of energy out of me, but I will make sure to get my stuff set up before then. If I get a video out during Wednesday, then I will. Until then, guys, I'll catch y'all next time. Thank you all for sticking around and watching, and as always, make sure you're staying safe, staying hydrated, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye!